There is nothing as controversial as the death of Queen Elizabeth. Her 70 years reign as the head of Britain and the Commonwealth nations has had a lot of impact on the lives of their people. She was the queen for 70 years. And under her rule or under her reign, many of her former colonies got their independence. Some through peaceful means, and others through very, very complicated way. There were people who had to fight for their independence. It was a really, really difficult time for the colonies. That is why when her death was announced, there were a lot of mixed feelings. Some people sympathized with her. They were very sympathetic. And others were like, who cares? How does that affect me? And some other people were very, very angry at her, even though she was dead. They said that she didn't do enough to assist the colonists, and that during the colonial period, their country were looted by the British colonizers. So before we continue with this conversation, please watch this video. These are people in South Africa sharing their feelings. Watch.
It's sad, yes, clearly it is, but you know, and as an African, as someone that was colonized by the British, you know, we don't feel the way the rest of the world feel. In fact, the British people must give our land back, our diamonds back, our heritage, and that's something that we will always ask for.
There's nothing much to it, because you don't get a lot of reports like that where I'm from. You know what I mean? We always have to deal with different matters in society, and Queen Elizabeth is just one of those, you know, tabloids, stories that you often hear about. So I don't care, honestly speaking.
Through a lot. Diana is a big mark in her life. I also believe that once her husband had passed away, that she'd lost her best friend, and that's human. So she wasn't subhuman, she was just a human being following the rules.
Her love for people and the way she treats people, and with dignity and with respect and with love. I guess she just represents a lot, and people looked up to her.
As a legacy that has been effective in any way, because she has not made a difference to the countries that was once ravaged by the British Empire. India is still reeling from the issues of colonialism, and South Africa, we've inherited the outrages and atrocities that they've started with in the first place, passed over to the Afrikaner, and then of course, you know, thank God that we've now becoming a normal society.
While it's sad, like death is sad, I don't really know much about UK politics or Queen Elizabeth, so to me it doesn't really affect me as a student.
Okay, my brothers and sisters, you guys have seen the video and you have heard what the people of South Africa have to say. So many of them are so angry, and they blame the Queen for not being able to do enough. They said that the worst time in South Africa was during apartheid, and all this went on during the reign of Queen Elizabeth. Directly or indirectly, she must have supported the whole apartheid thing. And even when apartheid ended, they didn't get enough support from the crown. And so there is no point for them to really sympathize or have sympathy for someone who didn't have sympathy for them, who treated them like they didn't matter, who treated them like slaves, who loot and who destroy their country, who steals their land and the future of many, many South Africans. And this feeling is shared by many people in Africa. But here is my take. We have our culture in Cameroon that says that it is not fair to say anything evil about someone who is dead, because that person is unable to defend him or herself. When someone dies, everything is being forgotten. Whether the person was good or bad is irrelevant. He or she is dead, case closed. So when someone dies, it doesn't matter if the person is our friend or our enemy, we must show some sympathy for the dead. That is why I would advise most of us Africans that we should keep our feelings aside and sympathize or show some sympathy to the late Queen. Because most of the times we blame her for many things that went wrong. But if we look deeper, we also share part of the blame. She didn't do this or that. What did we do? What did our leaders do? What did our elite do? So we must understand that everything that went wrong is not entirely her fault. We share part of the blame. So we express our sincere condolences to the bereaved family, and we hope and pray that Her Majesty Queen of England finds peace in the afterlife. And to you guys out there, brothers and sisters in Africa, share your thoughts and opinions with us regarding the death of Queen Elizabeth. Do you think she did enough to help South Africans get out of the apartheid mentality? Do you think that she should have done more than what she did? Please share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below. And remember, if you came across any story on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Instagram that you would like us to talk about on this show, please send it to us. You can find our social media contacts on this channel description section. And also, you can support us through our Patreon or PayPal account. All related information are on this channel description section. Thank you very much, and see you in the next one.